Did you know one Honda engine was so poorly designed it could actually turn your motor oil into gasoline soup? That's right, even a brand famous for bulletproof reliability has a few engines that became money pits instead of mileage champions. Because the truth is, not all Honda engines are created equal. Some will run forever with basic maintenance, while others will drain your wallet with repair bills, fuel dilution issues, and warranty headaches that no driver deserves. So today, I'm breaking down the 4 worst Honda engines to avoid and the 5 best that deliver legendary longevity, low maintenance costs, and the kind of peace of mind Honda was built on. Stick around. Number 1 will shock even the most loyal Honda fans and could save you thousands in future headaches. So let's kick things off with one of Honda's most infamous missteps, a turbo engine that promised efficiency but ended up turning motor oil into gasoline soup. The cold soak catastrophe. This engine promised efficiency, but delivered gasoline soup instead. Meet Honda's L15B7 1.5-liter turbo, the power plant hiding under the hood of the 10th Gen Civic and CR-V. On paper, it looked perfect. Turbocharged punch, impressive miles per gallon, and Honda's signature engineering. But in the real world, it became infamous for one thing: fuel dilution. During short trips and cold weather, raw fuel seeps into the oil, thinning it out until it smells like a gas can. The oil level starts rising on the dipstick, not falling, and that's a sign your engine is slowly eating itself from the inside. The result? Misfires, worn bearings, and in some cases, complete engine failure. Honda tried to patch it with software updates, but no full recall ever came. The only real fix: oil changes every 5,000 miles religiously. Miss one, and you're rolling the dice on a voided warranty and a $5,000 repair bill. Some owners report burning a quart of oil every 3,000 miles, which is shocking for a modern Honda. Combine that with carbon buildup from direct injection and a turbo that's anything but bulletproof, and you've got an engine that's more trouble than it's worth. And just when you think fuel in your oil is as bad as it gets, the next engine proves Honda's brilliance can sometimes backfire. Literally. The FRM Heartbreaker. Too clever for its own good. That's the perfect way to describe Honda's H22A 2.2-liter VTEC engine. On paper, it sounded brilliant. Honda used fiber-reinforced metal FRM cylinder liners, a high-tech material meant to reduce friction and weight. In reality, it turned routine maintenance into an engineering nightmare. These liners are so hard and unforgiving that one bad honing job or broken ring means your entire engine block is toast, and the pain doesn't stop there. Weak timing belt tensioners, oil leaks, and a finicky balance shaft system add up to constant headaches. Many owners found themselves needing full rebuilds or replacements before 120,000 miles, a number that's downright embarrassing for a Honda. Sure, when it runs, the H22A can sing, but one mistake, one skipped service, and you're looking at repair bills that rival a luxury car. If you thought high-tech materials were the problem, wait until you see what happens when Honda tried to get too clever with a family-friendly V6. The next one burns oil faster than you can top it off. The oil burner. This one should have been a smooth, powerful upgrade. Instead, it became a mechanic's payday. Meet Honda's J35Z 3.5-liter V6, found in the Accord, Odyssey, and Pilot during the late 2000s. On paper, it offered silky performance and strong torque. In reality, it was hiding a nasty secret: excessive oil consumption. The culprit? Honda's variable cylinder management VCM system, designed to improve fuel economy by shutting down cylinders at cruising speeds. But over time, it caused uneven wear, fouled spark plugs, and oil-fouled rings. The result? Engines burning a quart of oil every 1,000 miles and drivers stranded between oil changes. Honda issued service bulletins and extended warranties, but never fully solved the problem. And when the piston rings finally gave out, owners were left footing $4,000 to $6,000 repair bills. It's a painful reminder that sometimes the drive for better miles per gallon ends up costing far more at the repair shop. But the next one takes things things even further, a small diesel that turned Honda's efficiency dream into a full-blown maintenance nightmare. The turbo troublemaker. Honda's foray into small diesel engines was supposed to prove they could rival Europe's best. Instead, the R20A9 1.5-liter turbo diesel became a case study in expensive mistakes. Used in select European and Asian markets, this engine suffered from EGR valve failures, DPF clogs, and turbocharger breakdowns before the odometer even hit 6 digits. What started as a push for efficiency turned into a flood of check engine lights, limp modes, and owners shelling out thousands to clean or replace emissions components. Add in fuel injector leaks and timing chain stretch, and you've got an engine that spends more time in the shop than on the highway. Drivers looking for diesel durability instead found themselves trapped in a cycle of costly maintenance and warranty battles. It's solid proof that even Honda, the undisputed king of long-lasting gas engines, can stumble hard in unfamiliar diesel territory, where emissions complexity and rushed engineering turned a promising idea into an ownership nightmare. After hearing about those disasters, you might be questioning Honda's reputation, but stick around, because now we're shifting gears into the 5 best Honda engines ever made, the ones that built the legend, earned your trust, and still run strong decades later. These next engines didn't just survive, they thrived under pressure, racking up hundreds of thousands of miles while delivering performance, efficiency, and pure driving joy. Let's start with the one that sparked a revolution. The B-Series, the VTEC, Godfather, and Type R top. These are the engines that built the VTEC legend and turned Honda into a performance powerhouse. Let's start with the B16A/B, known among enthusiasts as the VTEC Godfather. This was the first mass-produced VTEC engine, a 1.6-liter marvel, pushing out 185 horsepower and revving confidently past 8,000 RPM. Back in the late 80s and 90s, no other compact engine offered that kind of naturally aspirated punch with such bulletproof reliability. It gave everyday Civics and CRXs the heart of a sports car and the soul of a track weapon. Then there's the B18C5, the legendary Type R red top, hand-built with balanced internals, ported heads, and a screaming 197 horsepower from just 1.8 liters. It wasn't just quick, it was a masterpiece of precision engineering. In fact, it was so desirable that it became a theft magnet, with many Type R models stolen just for their powertrains. Today, finding one with its original engine is like discovering automotive gold. What makes the B-Series so special isn't just performance, it's longevity. With regular oil changes and timing belt service, these engines routinely cross 250,000 miles while still hitting redline like day one. That's what happens when a brand overbuilds its engines, instead of cutting corners. But Honda wasn't done yet. The next engines, they don't just perform, they outlive almost everything else on the road. The F-Series, the Seal Guard Accord, and 9K Screamer. These are the engines that just refuse to die, the kind of motors that keep running long after the body starts to rust. Let's start with the F22B and F23A, affectionately known as the Seal Guard Accord. Found in Accords from the 90s through the early 2000s, these 2.2 and 2.3-liter 4-cylinders weren't built for flashy performance. They were built to outlast the car itself. With a non-interference design, a snapped timing belt doesn't mean a destroyed engine, saving you thousands in repair bills. They're also famous for crossing 300,000 miles with nothing more than oil changes and timing belt service. The only real quirk? A balance shaft seal that can pop out during maintenance. But Honda issued a simple $10 retainer fix. Install it once, and you've got a leak-free engine that'll run longer than some owners' driving careers. These motors are proof that low maintenance costs and smart engineering still matter more than fancy features. Then there's the legend, the F20C, better known as the 9K Screamer. This high-revving masterpiece powered the Honda S2000, delivering 247 horsepower from just 2.0 liters and spinning all the way to a screaming screaming 9,000 RPM. That's 120 horsepower per liter, rivaling supercars of its era, and it still did it with forged internals, race-grade oiling, and the reliability to hit 300,000 miles with regular service. It's a true race car for the street, blending exotic performance with everyday Honda dependability, a combination few manufacturers have ever matched. The F-Series proved that smart design and consistent maintenance can deliver both timing belt safety and long-term reliability. But the next engines on our list, they take Honda's practicality and push it into pure perfection. The J-Series, the silent workhorse. If you've ever driven an early 2000s Honda Accord, Pilot, or Odyssey and marveled at how smooth and dependable it felt, you can thank the J-Series 5.6, the silent workhorse of Honda's engine family. The J30A and J35A prove that big displacement doesn't have to mean big problems. These 3.0 and 3.5-liter V6s deliver refined power, silky torque, and classic Honda reliability, often surpassing 300,000 miles with little more than oil changes, timing belt service, and the occasional valve adjustment. Built from lightweight aluminum, with strong bottom ends and VTEC efficiency, they strike the perfect balance between performance and longevity. Earlier non-interference versions add peace of mind, while the non-VCM models remain the true legends, smooth, powerful, and cheap to maintain. By contrast, later VCM-equipped engines struggled with oil consumption. Proving simpler is often better. Ask any veteran mechanic and they'll tell you. The early J35A is a buy-it-and-forget-it engine, quiet, reliable, and built to outlast most of the cars it powers. In a world obsessed with tiny turbos and complex hybrids, the J-Series reminds us that simple, naturally aspirated power still wins the long game, quietly, confidently, and reliably. But what if I told you Honda also built a small engine so tough, it became the backbone of an entire tuner generation? The D-Series, the Mini-Me maker. This is the engine that made tuners fall in love, the humble hero that turned ordinary Civics into weekend projects and taught a generation how to wrench. Meet the D-Series, especially the D16Y8 and D16Z6, small single overhead cam engines that proved simplicity can outlast sophistication. With their lightweight design, affordable parts, and rock-solid reliability, these motors routinely cross 250,000 miles, with nothing more than oil changes and timing belt service. They're proof that you don't need high revs or high horsepower to build something fun and dependable. What really made the D-Series legendary, though, was the Mini-Me swap, an ingenious budget mod where tuners combined a VTEC head from a D16Z6 or Y8 with a non-VTEC D15 or D16 block. The result? Affordable VTEC performance on a shoestring budget. It's this kind of creativity that made the D-Series a gateway into the world of Honda tuning, and a favorite among DIY enthusiasts and young drivers. And because these engines are cheap to insure, easy to maintain, and backed by one of the biggest aftermarket communities ever, they became the perfect starting point for anyone chasing performance without emptying their wallet. The D-Series may not be the fastest, but it's one of the most beloved, a true learning platform that built Honda's grassroots legacy one wrench turn at a time. But Honda's next unsung hero? It's a tiny powerhouse that's quietly conquered city streets all over the world. The L-Series, the indestructible commuter. Everyday drivers might overlook it, but the L-Series, especially the L13A and L15A, deserves a spot among Honda's greatest hits. Found in the Fit, Jazz, and City, these small displacement engines became the gold standard for urban reliability and low running costs. These compact power plants were built with one mission: efficiency without sacrifice. The 1.3 and 1.5-liter IDSI and VTEC variants sip fuel while shrugging off abuse that would kill lesser engines. Owners regularly report 250,000 to 350,000 miles on original internals, all while enjoying low maintenance costs, cheap insurance, and bulletproof reliability. The secret? A simple timing chain design, forged crankshafts, and combustion chambers tuned for longevity, not stress. Whether stuck in city traffic or cruising Driving at highway speed, these engines barely break a sweat. They're also beloved by mechanics for their ease of service, minimal electronics, and resistance to major failures. For budget-minded buyers or commuters chasing peace of mind, the L Series is the quiet achiever, a motor that does its job day in and day out, year after year, without drama. It's the perfect reminder that Honda's greatness isn't just in high-rev screamers, it's also in the unbreakable engines that make everyday driving effortless. So there you have it, the 5 best and 4 worst Honda engines ever made. The bad ones remind us that even the most trusted brands can stumble when chasing trends, but the great ones? They prove why Honda built its legendary reputation. Engines that last decades, save thousands in repairs, and deliver performance you can count on. Remember, smart car ownership starts with the heart under the hood. So choose wisely, maintain it well, and your Honda might just outlast your next 3 cars. Which engine do you trust most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more real-world car wisdom.